Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, with Platinum versus NXT. This is from February 17th, 2021. Some people said that they were expecting me to not do one because I was at Dynamite Live last night, but it's the interwebs. I can watch stuff from anywhere. It's all good. So this is we open with a look back at the Takeover Vengeance Day event, which from a wrestling standpoint and an angle standpoint was exactly what NXT needed. It gave them a bunch of places to go moving forward. So let's see if they capitalize it on this show. And I would say overall, as a note, they most certainly did. Though if it's true that Kyle O'Reilly is injured coming out of all of this, that is definitely not good news. And we wish Kyle O'Reilly nothing but the best. I was a guy who booked Kyle O'Reilly when he was green as a bamboo shoot. And he was always delivered the goods to me. Big fan of Kyle O'Reilly. And in any case, we're at the Performance Center. And Vic Joseph welcomes us, Wade Barrett and Beth Phoenix, who are, again, very quietly, I think almost all of the major wrestling shows have really gotten decent commentary teams together. And I want to point that out. I like NXT's. I like Raw's. I somewhat like SmackDown's. But I definitely have like Impact's. Impact's team of Matt Stryker and D'Lo Brown has got to be the most improved. And of course, AEW has always had very solid to good to even great commentary teams, depending on what combination they put together and what their mood is like that day. But I wanted to point that out, because having Beth Phoenix actually there instead of doing it remotely with Wade Barrett, there's just a different chemistry there, and I think it really works. They talk about the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners celebrating tonight. And then Kyle O'Reilly walks across. He's shocked and confused and pissed off and disappointed, and Undisputed Era, how great it was, but Adam Cole ruined it, and all that kind of good stuff. And then here comes Roderick Strong. Strong says the Undisputed Era is still special. And they all know Adam, and he says Adam just did that off of emotion. He knows Cole regrets it. So he's doing this thing of, maybe we can all stay together. They want Adam Cole to get out there, but then Finn Balor comes out there. Kyle says he's not looking for him. NXT tag champs show up, laying out Balor and Strong. It's very brutal. We have a number of matchups coming out of this. A very effective segment. Good job, NXT. They took a familiar WWE trope that often doesn't work, which is the semi-long standing promo in the beginning of a show, and found a way to make it edgier, better, and now we have a bunch of things coming out of it. Great job. Great job, especially post-major pay-per-view. William Regal's backstage. He got a message from Santos Escobar, who's the NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Escobar says that Cross threatened him, but nobody threatens him, so he's going home. It's going to happen on his own time, that match. So we're going to... he says the match will happen next week, and if Escobar doesn't show up, he's going to be suspended indefinitely and stripped of his title. Interesting. Regal then announces a six-man. Lauren Birch and Dunn versus Balor, O'Reilly, and Strong. Wow. We got The Way versus Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. The Way, by the way, is Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. At the basically, The Way goes over. It saddens me. Oh no, excuse me. At one point, it looked like they had them. This match goes very long. I thought this was an interesting night for both NXT and AEW, where they had the women's matches go longer than just about everybody. But it was a good look, and Shotzi and Ember go over, as well they should. And but The Way, even though they lost, they regroup on stage, but they're happy because they have Austin Theory back. So everybody's a winner. We get a video of Pat McAfee on his private jet, which I think is amazing. He says that we can see Adam Cole as a scumbag, just like he said all along. He insults the fans, says he's accepting apologies. He knocks Cole in the fans some more. He plugs the hashtag Pat was right hashtag. It's ridiculous and it's wonderful, and I'm curious to see where that goes. It's a good time to bring Pat McAfee back as well. I think they can use the spice. They can use the spice in this new dish that they're making. So we got Kushida in the trainer's room, and Mackenzie Mitchell's approaching him. Asks about Johnny Gargano and the North American title. Long story short, Bivens walks up and gives Kushida props for the Takeover performance. And says it would be more impressive if he wrestled tonight against Tyler Rust. Bivens is excited and goes to talk to him. Leon Ruff against Isaiah Swerve Scott. I feel like we've seen this match a few times before, but maybe we haven't. At the end of the day, Leon Ruff wins, which is the right call if you want to keep that going. It's good. And he wants to know, Swerve wants to know where his North American title shot is. And then we get a handicap match. We get Casey Catanzaro against Alia and Jessie Camilla. Good stuff. Obviously, Carter and Catanzaro are going to win this tag match, and so they do. Sorry, I'm so off. I'm just going off of my notes that I took rather haphazardly. Again, a lot of advancement. They're making a big deal about the women. Diamond in the Rust promo. So we get a lot of stuff with Zia Lee. They're basically making a bunch of matches tonight and a bunch of feuds, and it's the right call. And with NXT, I think you can jumpstart this kind of thing, and that's what they're doing. So back from the break, we've got Beth Phoenix, and first she's going to talk to MSK, who won the men's part of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And then we've got the women's winners, who were Kai and Gonzalez. They get the "You Deserve It" chant. God, I hate that chant. And then out come the WWE Women's Tag Champions, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Very interesting, very cool. Long story short, they talk about Baszler's time in NXT, which I think is really cool. Jax puts herself over, and basically it seems like a match is made. So Shayna says on March 3rd they're coming back to Dakota and Raquel's home turf to humiliate them. Great stuff. So we see Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly arguing. We can't really hear what's being said, and we go to commercial. Back from the break, and we get a money hip-hop video for Cameron Grimes' new gimmick, and we see him enjoying all his money. And we see him in a Lamborghini, but he wrecked it. He doesn't care. He's just going to buy a new one, right? What an annoying prick. It's a good look. Tyler Rust against Kushida. This match ends as you think it should, with Kushida winning, but it's a very good match. Get a video package for Zoe Stark. The former Lacey Ryan. She's going to make her official singles debut next. Back to commercial. LA Knight debuted at the Takeover pre-show. That's Eli Drake, the once Eli Drake. So we get a cameraman at Knight's door. He cuts a promo. He's the hottest free agent. No one can stop him. That's the basics. And then he ends it with, "That's not an insult, that's a fact of life." Oh, good. So he's going to keep aspects of the Eli Drake thing, which I think is smart because it's great. Been a fan of Eli Drake from when I would go to the TNA and Impact tapings from way back in the day. In fact, I saw his debut when he was part of that tag team in the Newcomers thing. I just think the world of Eli Drake. I'm so glad. I'm hoping he can really get a chance to show his stuff because I think he's got the goods. Got Zoe Stark against Valentina Feroz. Zoe Stark wins, as she should. We get a pre-recorded promo from Karrion Kross and Scarlett. They're talking about how he's running out of time, Escobar is, and next week they're going to have a match. Okay. Now we got our main event. We got the NXT Tag Champs, Danny Burch, Finn Balor, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong. Brutal, brutal match. Really showing their stuff. It's interesting to compare the two six-man tags. At the end of the day, Balor gets pinned by Dunn, so setting up a challenger for him. And then Cole raises that NXT title in the air. Boy, lots of strong stuff advanced. NXT certainly doing their level best. But right now, gosh, let's move them to a different night of the week to get them out of this discussion of them versus Dynamite, because I don't think it helps NXT at all. Because they're doing good stuff, and the show is what it is. It's a very self-contained, tightly run show. And I think it deserves a little air to breathe. Anyway, this has been Platinum versus NXT.